In this video, we're going to cover the best ground weapon, or at least the best ground weapon in my personal opinion. If you're watching this video and you perhaps need a little bit more damage in ground combat, I made a video about an extremely overpowered build. The link is in the video description. You are most welcome. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the channel supporters out there that are supporting the channel financially, and if you are willing to do so yourself, there is a link in the video description. Now, in the 10 years of Star Trek Online lifespan, there has been, or at least the time of this recording, there has been a lot of ground weapons out there. This is just a little bit of a showcasing of some of them. Weapons in Star Trek Online can be obtained through various ways: episodes or mission rewards, event rewards, reputation, R&D, crafting, exchange, or lock boxes, if you get lucky, and even through the lobby consortium. Now, if Cryptic has done his job correctly, then all of these ground weapons are going to do damage similarly to one another in terms of DPS. Now, I'm referring to balancing the state of the game. You might have heard this terminology before. It's when Cryptic nerfs the damage output of a particular weapon or console, both ways. This happens when the output is higher than the rest of the same category items. So what are the main differences between these weapons? Why does one do more damage and kill the enemy faster than the other, or at least it seems like that? So it's been my hand-on experience and research with these weapons that has me to the conclusion that it's not the weapon by itself doing the most damage, but it has to do more with the firing cycle rate of the weapon. So generally speaking, the faster the weapon firing cycle is, the less overall damage that particular weapon is going to do. Wait, does that sound correct? Well, kind of. I'm going to explain you why it does. So it does if you're going to max performance out of the weapon's capabilities. Let me explain that further. Now, I'm going to show you two example videos to better understand what I mean. In both cases, we are firing the primary shot of the weapon. In the first scenario, we have the Herald Beam Projector Staff. Some of you guys actually, favorite that particular weapon. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Doing low amount of damage and firing at a very high pace. In the second scenario, we have the Bolian Assault Cannon firing once every 3 seconds or so. Now, in both cases, we'll still see that the total amount of DPS done is equal or negligible between the two weapons fired. Out of my testing, we can conclude that both weapons kill the enemies at around 3 seconds. Mind you, this is without any ground captain buff or skill, just the primary shot being fired, activated, and that's it. So the main reason why the Bolian Assault Cannon weapon is superior out of all of the ground weapons is the ability to buff between shots due to the slow firing cycle. The benefit when you have a 3 seconds between shots is that you can upgrade or buff the weapon even further by skills or activatable ability, buffing yourselves or debuffing your enemy. By having a fast firing cycle, you will be in a firing cycle lock and unable to fully buff your weapon to its full potential. A firing cycle lock is similar to when you throw a grenade. The animation of this skill that you're going to activate is going to hinder your abilities to enhance your potential DPS further. And it is this animation lock that is detrimental to the weapon's capabilities, because you are just not using the weapons to its full potential by buffing and enhancing the overall DPS with your personal skills and abilities. In conclusion, the best out of all these weapons that I've tested are the weapons that have a very slow primary and an even slower secondary firing rate. So take out of this video what you can. Some people like to kill the enemy with 1,000 cuts. I prefer the Iron Man method.
They say the best weapon is one you never have to fire. I respectfully disagree. I prefer the weapon you only have to fire once.